Welcome, my people, to African Moonlight Tales.
Hello and welcome to African Moonlight Tales. So our first story today is going to be why the tortoise's back is cracked. A long time ago in the animal kingdom, the tortoise was a very cunning animal. He could not be trusted by other animals. But there was a time of famine when there was no water, no rainfall. There was drought in the entire animal kingdom. And then the animals could talk. So they gathered and they were wondering. Some said, oh, our ancestors must be mad at us. That's why we don't have rain, enough rain to grow our crops. But some said, it's not our ancestors. It's the gods who are mad at us. So they looked for things to do. They did animal sacrifices. They did whatever they tried to do, but it didn't work. So, of course, the animals being hungry, they started to die, one animal after the other. But while they were getting sick and dying as a result of hunger, the birds were getting bigger and more healthy because they had an outlet which nobody knew about. But Tortoise, being the cunning guy that he was, he noticed. And he went to the birds when no one was around. I said, hello, my friends. What's the secret? What's going on that you guys are looking good all the time? They said, we cannot tell you. That's our little secret. He begged and pleaded, yet they did not give him any answer. He went home sad, and the wife went, honey, what's wrong with you? He said, well, I tried getting the information from my friends. Or at least I thought they were my friends, the birds, but they wouldn't tell me. The wife said, of course, you know what to do. You know the birds like grains. Take some grains like corn and things like that to go give to them. Of course he did. He took some, went to them, he bribed them with it, which of course was wrong, but he did it. And then they fell for his trick. Now they told him, oh well, that's our little secret, but we're going to tell you because you are a good friend. He said, of course. Please let me know. And they told him, oh, we do go to the sky people. And what do you do there? When he asked. Oh, we go there, the sky people are very nice. They give us food, all we can eat and drinks, all we can drink. And then we eat and drink and come back. He said, oh, that's it? He said, yeah. He thought in his head. But in order for me to join you, I have to have feathers. Of course, they said. Of course. But I'm not a bird. How do I go with you? He inquired. Because you're such a good friend. Well, we can borrow you some feathers. But of course, the birds didn't realize that the grains that he brought to them were the leftovers that they kept in their backyard. Because remember, there was famine. So he gave them the grains that they had, and he was able to get them over, win them to his side. He used their own grains to bribe them. So, of course, they gave him feathers. The next day, it was time to fly, and he was excited. He showed up to his wife. Yes, honey, I'm gonna go eat and drink, and I'm gonna bring you some leftovers. And the wife was excited too. They danced to the right, they danced to the left, they danced to the right, they danced all over. And it was time to fly. And of course, the tortoise now had feathers. They started to fly and fly and fly. It was a long flight, but finally they made it to the skies. but just then, before they were served food, Tortoise asked, wouldn't it be such a good idea if we all take our special names? Oh no, we don't need that, said the birds. Well, they already know we're birds. Yeah, but we need some special names, insisted the Tortoise. Okay, well then, may so be it, they said. And he said his name was All of You. All of you? Of all the names in the world, that's your favorite name? He said, yeah. And they all chose their names. And guess what? Not a long time. It wasn't long before the people brought food. And Tortoise immediately asked, whose food are all these? And they replied, it's for all of you. And he said, wow, they love me, they love me. I barely even got here. This is my first time here and they love me so much. The bird said, no, it's for all of us. He said, no, they said it's for all of you. And since his name was All of You, that meant the whole food was his. And he ate, and he ate, he ate, and he ate. He even shoved some in his shell. But he didn't give the birds to eat. But they were very hungry. They begged and played and played with him, but he couldn't give them food. He refused to give them food. And soon they brought some drinks. Whose drinks are these? He said, oh, it's for all of you. And they said, oh, he said, oh, they love me again. See, the drinks are mine as well. So he started to drink and drink. Even the leftovers, he refused to give to the birds. He threw them into the trash. Oh, at this time the birds were all gloomy and they were sad and grumbling and dragging, and they regretted ever bringing the Tortoise with them. So they were thinking, how do we pay him back? One of them said, it's really easy. Let's go to him and take our feathers back. Oh, you have such a great idea, replied the other. So they went to the Tortoise and said, we need our feathers back. He said, oh no, but you can do that. We are my friends, we're friends. He said, if we were friends, you wouldn't eat up all the food and all the drinks you drank. So they insisted and they took their feathers from Tortoise. And Tortoise was thinking how he was going to go back to Earth, because it was such a long flight when they got there. How is he going to go back without feathers? He played and played and played with the birds, but they refused. So he said, at least can you guys do me one favor? What is it? Asked the birds. Can you tell my wife to bring out all the soft materials in the house? He wanted to land on the soft materials when he's falling back, because he knew he didn't have any other choice other than to fall from the sky. Oh, is that all you need? Replied the birds. Yeah, of course, that's all I need. They said, sure, we'll do that for you. So when they got to Earth, they told Tortoise's wife the opposite. They said, your husband said you should bring out all the hard materials out. The wife was wondering, why would my husband give such an instruction? To bring all the hard materials out, like the knives, like the shovels, like the machetes, everything that's sharp in the house. So of course, had no other excuse, had no other thing to do other than to obey her husband. She brought out all the machetes, all the knives, all the sharp objects in the house. And then Tortoise saw it from far away. He said, oh, foolish birds. Although I ate up all the food and drank all the drinks, they still obeyed me and they told my wife to bring out the soft materials. Because he was far away, he didn't know they were sharp materials, hard objects. So he decided to fall, to land on his back And he started to fall. Patter, 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 patter. And eventually he landed on earth. Boom! And his back was cut up all over. And that's how the tortoise's back became cracked.